Hello everyone, welcome to VENKANNA English Guru. Friends, do you want to have a good score as part of AP-TET and DSC in English? And do you want to have good score as part of Gurukula TGT PGT English? Do you really want to be an English teacher? And do you really want to have a government job as a part and by becoming TGT English or PGT English or School Assistant English? Friends, this video is for you. I am Dr. Venkana and an English language trainer and teacher and ELT expert. And friends, do you want to know the styles of reading poetry? How a poem has to be studied? Because as part of your syllabus, you will have certain poems and how you can read what needs to be focused. What points are to be usually given in the examination. And friends, when you read a poem, you need to concentrate on these major important points. For example, so when you read a poem, for example, Anecdote for Fathers by William Wordsworth, if you really want to understand this poem and if you really want to have a good score, you need to focus on these aspects. For example, if you take a poem, Home They Brought Her Warrior Dead, and what things are to be focused when you read this poem, or when you go for Ode on the Intimations of Immortality, a wonderful poem written by Wordsworth, My Last Duchess by Robert Browning. So if you focus on that particular poem and what needs to be read if you really want to have good score in the competitive examinations. Friends, you need to give priority for these important components. For example, if you take a poem and My Last Duchess and the poet introduction, you need to have thorough understanding of the poet and who is Robert Browning, what is the introduction of the Robert Browning, what are the popular collections of the poetry written by Robert Browning, what are the styles and themes of Robert Browning, and what are the critical appreciation of Robert Browning, and apart from knowing some background information about his family background. Next, what type of the poem it is. Is it an example for ode or elegy, sonnet or pastoral elegy or dramatic monologue or ballad? What kind of poem is it? You need to know, and what are the characteristics of that particular poem. Next, where is it taken from? And where is it actually taken from? Next, published in which year was it actually published, and what is the setting of the poem, and who is the narrator in that poem, and is the poet or any other character, and what kind of tone is actually used in the poem. Next, what are the important pronouns, what are the important images that are used in the poem. Next, you need to know what meter you will have, iambic or anapaestic, trochaic, dactylic. What kind of meter is being used in that particular poem. Next, what kind of stanzas are being used. Was it composed in the form of quatrains or triplets or tercets or sestets or rhyme royals, and what kind of stanza was it actually composed? You need to know. Next, figurative expressions. What are the various examples and of different lines of oxymoron or antithesis or simile or metaphor or alliteration or assonance? So these are to be focused. Next, images. What are the important images that are being used, and what is the meaning of those images in that context? You need to have a list. Next, what is the broad theme of the poem? What is the stanza-wise theme of the poem? Next, what are the important characters? For example, who is the speaker of My Last Duchess? Who is, and the listener or the audience? So you need to have a list of all of them. Next, apart from, if you are seriously preparing for school-based examinations like TGT English or PGT English or School Assistant English, both for any state level examination or KVS or NVS or Army public schools, apart from the below, you need to also focus on these aspects, like what are the important syllables used in the poem, and what are the various stresses that we can use. Next, what are the important minimal paids that are being used, and the ending words, and some of them are considered to be minimal paids, and are there any important minimal paids? Next, vocabulary, and what kind of vocabulary is used. What are the important difficult synonyms that you cannot understand? antonyms which you do not know the meaning, one word substitutions which you do not know, phrasal verbs, spellings, idiomatic expressions which you do not know. Apart from, you should also know what kind of rhyme scheme was used. Rhyme scheme, this is also very important, my friends. And rhyming words used in the poem. So all these, and you need to have a focus, so that it's a very simple thing to have a wonderful score. And if you write any examination and in terms of English literature, my friends, thank you for watching. Subscribe to Venkanna English Guru for more videos. Thank you.